Business No Quarter, episode 76. This one's looking for balance in all the wrong places. So we'll say howdy to everyone who's here. So it doesn't really matter which way we do it. So we'll say howdy, Shane Howe.
Hello, peoples.
We've got the handsome Ross Crow.
Good evening, everyone.
Good God, please don't leave bears. His ego's already big enough.
Hey, when something's true, it's true. We've got Chuck.
Hello, everyone.
And we've got Damnation.
Hello.
We've got Sim Dakota.
Hello.
And I'm RB. So I guess we may as well talk about pillage first of all. So I don't care who goes first. How's your pillage going? Any exciting news in the way of pillage?
I like it. I mean, I'm doing fairly well in it when I have the time to do it. So I have no complaints about this one.
I'm enjoying it. I love the 124. I think it's the easiest target out of all of them. And kind of getting down on the right path to do the 126. But overall, I think I'm getting close to 200,000.
Well, I'm not enjoying it. I don't have the Praetorians to do the top targets, but I do have some good Saturns to do the next down. But the damage is just way too much. And even in the lower targets, the damage or the time to do those targets is just way too much. I mean, I'm getting some help and getting some 124s and stuff prepped for me, and that's helping out a lot. But as far as me being able to do it on my own with older ships, it fucking blows. I mean, 8 hours to do a set of the 104 and 106, that's freaking ridiculous. When y'all are doing the top set for like 13 minutes and an hour for each individual target. That's, as far as me being behind and having to do the lower targets, it sucks.
Right. So it's not good for a catch-up then. But for me, it's the same as last village. And so it's relatively, it's decent because the points needed are in line for what I can get with the fleet I have. But I can see where Shane is in a different situation, So I wasn't aware of that's how the targets were for those. Because the Praetorian targets are, honestly, they're decent. I don't even care if you're a crappy driver or not. You probably, autoing is probably not the way to go, but maybe for some. But at any rate, I'm not a great PvE driver, and I think the damage is in line with the Praetorian fleet. I have not tried the Saturn fleet, so I don't.
I would say the 126, in my opinion, is still just a little bit too much punishing. But on the same token, I also don't have armor on my fleet at all either. So,
right. Yeah, and I don't have a single sprint on my fleet, and I have no armor. And I'm taking some damage, but I do the 124s really well, and then I try to load up on the 126s, and before I go to bed, and do something and slow repair on as many of those as I can, and it's working out. I'm going to get the prizes that I'm going to need, So,
RB, did you forget to put the link in chat?
I did.
All right. I'm at, I think, 500K or so. But I've been doing the Praetorian ones. And I come to about half dead by the time my crew runs out.
What crew are you using?
Remote Raiders.
Okay.
Seems to be working the best for me.
So that's a 40-minute
combat.
crew.
because of the combat speed.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I'm knocking them out.
And that is a 40-minute crew, correct? Right, Shane? Or
Yeah, I think so.
it's not an hour, I don't believe. Or is it an hour?
No, it's
No.
40 minutes.
It's a 40-minute cruise, so
And that's too high of an actual coin rate to repeat it. But I'm gonna try one of those. That's nice to know. I do have a couple of those saved.
it's a nice crew if you keep moving, I would imagine, in those targets.
Right.
Oh, it is.
That's what it's all about, is the speed.
I mean,
Yeah.
creeping death works, but you take more damage with creeping death.
Okay. Cool. All right. We've got Stormcatcher and Ozzy down and Bite in the dungeon too. So
You can throw me down.
flick some people around.
Yeah.
So just bear with me. Scroll up there. Blah 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 blah. Let's get rid of you. And Chuck, you've talked. How many do we need? We need 3. Okay.
You can toss me down.
Whoa, that looks freaky, adding people. Howdy, Bite.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello,
And
everyone.
howdy, Ozzy.
Good morning.
And howdy, Stormcatcher.
Hello. All right.
And
Y'all talking about pillage. I'm running the 104s, 106s. I'm getting about maybe an hour and a half of damage. I throw them in repair, and then I'm running FM while they're repairing. So I'm actually be able to do it back. I'm actually able to have time to do both of them at the same time.
so, sorry, you're being able to do which ones at the same time?
He's able to do the 104s and 106s, and while he's doing repair, he's doing the FM.
Ah, right. Yeah, because I was going to go back to that. But anyway, we'll keep going on and we'll go back to it.
Yeah, I'm doing the 124s, 126s. 124s are instant map repair. And the 126s, if I stuff up, I might get 20 minutes, which is still an instant split repair in the dock. That's if I stuff up. I just did one just then. It was 7 minutes, 38 seconds. So
Yeah,
Now,
I know you're
I'm liking them.
exceptionally well.
Are yours armored?
They don't need to be armored.
Well, I was just asking if yours were though.
They are armored, yes, but it makes absolutely no difference. We've got someone else in. Usually, I'll take around 10, 11 minutes repair in a 126, and we've got someone in our alley. We've got exactly the same build. He's got 0 armor across the fleet, and we both take the same amount of damage, around about 10, 11 minutes every time. So the armor does not make a scrap of difference. So don't worry about it. As long as you get your pattern right, you'll be down.
Well, it's the pattern and the sprints.
Yeah, in the sprints, yeah. So I got 15 sprints across the fleet.
And how are you going with it, Bite?
He's on mute.
No, I'm good. My thing was that I tried it with the suite that I was given from Nanocores, Scattergun Nanocores, and they just really suck.
Yeah. Yeah, because part of me was thinking that it was good that those targets were in there, because this is, the big whammy is if bounty wasn't bad enough, but now you've got, the FM grind and this event where you're using the same fleet. So I thought, oh yeah, well that's pretty good that, they've still got those targets in there. But if you guys are getting that much damage in them, it does make it fairly difficult. So I don't know, it's a bit of a confusing one, really.
Is that the 104s, 106s you're talking about now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. White was talking about the 63s. I'm guessing
Oh,
actually.
okay. Oh, that's even worse then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was talking about the Manicord.
Yeah, it is the 63s, and it's like 19 hours worth of damage. So I was like, barely one chip out of the fleet survives, and I'm good. It's just like, no way I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous.
Now, do you have any other fleet that you could do it with?
I got Saturns, the Saturns that they gave us, but those are on expedition right now for parts.
Okay, do you have any Praetorians?
Nope.
Yeah, that seems to be the big one. I know in our ally we're just prepping them, and if you've got one Praetorian with one pylon rocket, you can leave the 3 mortars, and then obviously you need somebody to come in and do it for you. But you leave the 3 mortars in the 126. And then they can go in and just sit under their minimum range and take them out. And the 124s are easy to prep. They're not hard at all. So it's just a matter of leaving an oil tanker deal there. So
Yeah, I was really confused and brought this up to him. Like, I would have assumed that the top tier targets would have been silverfish targets and not Praetorian targets. That way, having to do pillage and run the FM at the same time would have still been annoying, but not as big of a deal as what it is having the Praetorian targets be the top target and the FM grind at the same time.
yeah, well, I mean, it was always going to happen. So,
but I thought that's why they. Sorry, go on.
Go on.
Yeah, well, I thought that's why originally they took the garrison targets out of the raid, so we didn't have this problem. Because remember, they did actually stop having garrison targets for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the reason. So we didn't have to have FM was always garrison, and so you weren't using the same fleets. But obviously they've gone back on that.
No, it was an entirely different team that came up with the original idea. And as we all know, the new team doesn't like anything at all that the old teams did.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not worrying me because all I did was made sure I got the tokens out of the way, and then because I had a spare Praetorian, so I was just hitting the 120s of that one Praetorian while I was doing the rest, doing the pillage. So all I did was worry about getting the tokens and stopped. I've still got all the armors to get, but I'll do that after pillage. Plenty of time.
But I kind of thought that was actually the whole pattern the pillage was supposed to be following. After something rotated out of being in the raid, then that was going to then become the top target of pillage. But
oh my goodness, who's killing what?
I don't know, but it was out and coming through for sure.
Oh, my poor ears. Yeah, I know. There was. I know originally they got rid of the garrison targets out of the raids because everyone was complaining that you would have, at that stage we were having, the 4-month cycle, so you'd have 3 or 4 lots of raid and then, doing the FM at the same time and people getting bored with it. So that's why that changed, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but at least then you're not having them both run at the same time. At least your raid, your FM stops and your raid kicks in. At least you're not trying to use the same fleet for 2 things.
Yeah.
I think it's the reason.
Go on.
I think it's the reason why they didn't have the top targets being silverfish, because they just came off the raid with them, and people were probably complaining, okay, we ran silverfish in the raid, and now you're running them pillage. They're probably tired of them.
You don't know how you're going to prep.
Well, I mean, but it didn't stop them from doing it with the Nemesis and the Saturn, because that's exactly what happened with those. And same with the Shrike and the Eradicators, if I remember correctly.
That's true.
And then the problem with those is then they usually have some TLCs that are using the same fleet as well.
Yeah, they have really poor schedule planning, like extremely poor.
Yeah, you got like 3 different things you got to do, and you use the same fleet, and it's like, hello.
I just think it's been doubling down on stuff. I think we've had this issue before, a lot of different things, and I understand it's a new team, but I think if they would actually take the time to kind of not try to push everything all at the same time, I think they would see the differences and the contradictions.
I don't think so, because if you look at the amount of blitzing that's gone on for this pillage, I don't really think it makes a difference. It makes a difference to the players who won't blitz or aren't prepared to, but there's just stupid money being spent on this event, like there always is. So I don't think it really matters. But I just wanted to go back to those 63s. They weren't ever designed for manticores, were they? They were, because they shouldn't have ghost crawlers and stuff like that if you're dealing with manticores. So it just seems like it's bad design, like we've said. So.
But also the 41s. Is it the 41s that has no, whichever one it is the Phoenixes. They have ghost crawlers in it as well. So
yeah, so it's like the targets aren't suitable for the fleets that they've allowed in there. So.
Not really. I mean, they can do them. But,
yeah. And your manticores, are they scatters or missiles, Spike?
They're scatters, and they're without the flag, and they're not max ranked either.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be a struggle. Yeah, that would be a struggle.
I took my Manicore fleet in, which is scatters, and the ghost crawler is basically where I got all my damage from it. So that's the reason why I backed out of that target and said no more.
Well, you have to use your clouds. This is the thing. Use your clouds as much as you can. Put 4 ships in the cloud and use one as a bait ship and draw it past them. Making sure that the ghost crawler or whatever other ship you're drawing past doesn't go in the cloud.
I was doing that at the beginning, but it seems like the damage and what you have to their hit points wasn't turned down enough in order for the mana cores to run right. Because I hit that ghost crawler for a good 2 or 3 minutes straight before I was able to take it down.
Yeah, well, your ship's probably got the old scatterguns on. That's probably why.
Yeah, true.
That'd be why. It hasn't got enough firepower. So the only other way you could probably do it is try and take out the pink tower thing. So the defenses drop on the ghost crawler quicker. It's the only suggestion I've got for that.
It's going to make it fairly hard then for people to catch up if they don't have the stuff. But I guess that's always the Carl wants to know who's doing the arc welding, and I'm like, yeah, it sounds like arc welding. So there you go.
All right, RB.
No, it's not just you.
All right, RB.
All right, we'll just swap. So he's coming back in. Let's put Ross back in.
Ta-da. Good to hear. I won't weld.
You won't. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. And what do we think about prizes and extra tokens being added and all that sort of thing? Are you all happy with that, or
Extra tokens is always a good idea.
What tokens did they add?
Dragoon. Hang on, what were they? Upgrade kits. Upgrade kits, weren't they? For the Iron Claw.
and the VXP
And the VXP and Dragoon upgrade kits.
Okay, yeah, the VXP tokens. That's the tokens. I forgot about those. Yeah, those were actually nice because the tokens that I got from the TLC weren't quite enough to get me to legendary, so I was able to just buy 2 of those VXP tokens and finish it off.
Yeah.
Those were actually not nice.
Yes, because otherwise there was no other way of getting them going. So yeah. You're all very quiet.
You mean you're talking? Is there other tokens other than for the lead Dragoon?
Yeah, the normal Dragon has upgrade tokens.
Yeah.
Upgrade kits. Sorry, not tokens.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have kits but not tokens. So
Yeah.
it's like
it'd be nice to have some tokens for them.
yeah, without tokens, your kits aren't going to do you a whole lot of good.
Right. Okay. So I was the whole kit token things. I was making sure we were clear on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can get tons of kits, but I don't have any tokens. Or time to put them on. Or upgrade. I mean, time to upgrade. But
Well, I'm kind of hopeful that like the first raid of any event that that the requirement's not there, that you won't need the upgraded fleet with the flag and all that sort of thing. So that's what I'm hoping. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but that's what I'm hoping.
yeah, I agree. That's what I'm hoping to.
The biggest problem is because it's only a 2 raid cycle now.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
But I mean, it is what it is. I have a fleet. I'll have a fleet ready, but it's not doesn't have armor, so it's gonna be rough.
We don't even know this armor works anyway. Half the armor doesn't work anymore. We've proved that with the Praetorians.
That's right. It certainly doesn't seem to make that much of a difference anymore. So
no, and that's
you know quite well because you're in the same alley as me, and we tested it, and we were getting exactly the same amount of damage. Exactly. Yeah. Well, when I say exactly, within a couple of seconds. No, not minutes.
Not
seconds.
Not enough to make that much difference.
And like mine's not fully armored, but it's like got 2 or 3 armors, one armor missing on each ship, and the other guy's got no armor at all, and we're getting the same. So,
right.
And the ships are built exactly the same. They've all got the same weapons, all same specials, everything. So it's a spot on comparison, and we do the same pattern to do the test.
No, I've agreed. I've seen it with the armor on other fleets. So, in my opinion, yeah, a lot of the 1 second repair armor needs to looked at. Somehow, I can't tell you what's wrong because I just don't know.
Maybe that 1 second armor is you get 1 second less than everyone else in repair. That sounds more like it per armor.
That's right. You spend a ridiculous amount of points getting them 1 second less repaired.
That's
Ton of build time. I mean, just a time.
Yeah. Because really, if he's getting, say, 10 minutes, the other guy's getting 10 minutes repair with no armor, and mine's fully armored, mine should be pretty much instant map repair.
Yeah.
For
it's
all
not.
the time you spent on putting armor on it, yes, in my opinion, I would agree. You should. And just by design, I would like to see something. I would think that my fleet would take more damage than an armored fleet, and that's just how I'd like to see it work out, so that those that do spend the extra week per ship or whatever, ridiculous amount it is to put armor, that they get some benefit out of it. It'd be nice.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, because if we're expected to get 250 million points for the FM and then the armor doesn't work, why would you bother? Like, you may as well just cut your losses and say, oh, well, it's not going to make any difference. So, all I need to do is focus on getting my survivability up and, forget about the armor, because obviously something's not working. So I don't know if it's lack of testing. I don't know if it's just bad design.
No, I can pretty much guarantee it's probably lack of testing.
Well, you guys should do some more testing then.
Hard to test stuff when they don't have test servers, huh?
I guess that is a fatal flaw, isn't it, in that whole scheme of things. Yes, as Carl says, we are the testers, and we're finding that armor doesn't make any difference. So
I'm not sure that will prove to be the case in the siege raid.
No, I mean, you can't bet that that's going to be what that's going to be the case.
Can we bet on the 5th ship taking more damage than the rest?
Oh my God, I'm getting so tired of that.
Can we bet on that shit yet? I'm thinking we can.
That's 100%, dude. 100%. Your slot number 5 is going to take more damage than anything else. Although, ironically, I've noticed that, like, for sure it happens in the FM, but I've noticed in the pillage targets, it doesn't seem to be happening.
Correct. It's not happening for me in the pillage targets at all. So whatever, they've conquered that mechanism. It's not like something they can't get past, because it's not occurring right now.
Well, in pillage, it seems to be, it's all penetrative damage, mate, that I'm getting. And it's got to be some sort of splash base, because every ship has exactly the same amount of repair. And
right.
And again, mine's armored, but some of them have got more. Some have got M armors, and a couple have got the X armor on them, and some haven't got the X armor, and they all take exactly the same amount of damage. If it's 2 minutes and 38 seconds on the flag, it's 2 minutes and 38 seconds on all of them.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that. It's working out well to break down in the dock repair wise. But
what I'm saying is what you're saying there is in pillage number 5 ship isn't taking more damage than the rest. Is what I'm saying is it seems to be all splash, more of a splash type damage, because they're all taking the same amount. There's nothing just targeting one ship.
No,
even the missiles that are coming in don't seem to be targeting one ship.
Well, honestly, that's not what's causing the problem in the FM of the number 5 ship taking more damage. There is a problem with that, and they think they figured out what it is. They just have not addressed it yet.
Okay.
Because I brought that up to Erin the other day, and we were discussing that, and she said she thinks they haven't figured out, but that's just they haven't deployed a fix for it yet.
There must be something. Well, there's 2 strategies about that, and that is that you only run 4 ships, so then you don't have to worry about that 5th ship taking all the damage. But I know
number 4 taking it all.
No, because it's always the 5th ship.
I was going to say, losing 20% of my DPS output. Yeah, that seems like a real viable.
However, when I first started doing the 131s in the FM, I did notice that the fifth ship was taking all the damage, and I'm not sure whether that it's the pattern that I'm doing differently now, but the damage seems to be more evenly spread. So I'm wondering if it's actually, like a particular turret or whatever that's turned up too high or something like that. And depending on the pattern that you do, whether, if you take that out quicker, you're not getting that damage or whatever. I'm not sure. Are you autoing them, Damnation, or are you actually driving?
What do you think?
Well, I know, but just
Yes,
humour me on this.
Yes, I'm autoing them
Right. And you find that it's always the fifth ship that's taking the most damage?
every single time.
But isn't that from those long range missiles or whatever they are? Because that one seems to target one ship. Because even when I go in there, if I don't get hit by one of those at all, if it doesn't, if it hits the mountain, or okay, we'll say, okay, I've got 5 ships going up. If one of those long range turrets fires and hits my ship, one ship gets damaged, not all of them. So it's probably from those long range turrets.
But the only way it would hit the exact same ship every time and not alternate is if it had priority targeting on it, and they don't have priority targeting on them. I mean, this has been honestly a problem that has popped up off and on over the years of this game. Yes, Ross, we see you looking up to me as I'm speaking. Thank you. And you should always look up to me, Ross. But, this has actually been a repeating problem for years in this game. Sometimes it's been slot number 1, and other times it's been slot number 5, and it just seems to bounce back and forth between it, and it'll go away for a while, but then it always seems to rear its ugly head again.
Definitely. That must have been Simba jumping out for some reason, so I may as well bring Chuck back in. So we've got... Now you have to look up to the other side, Ross.
That's okay. I'm learning how to rotate it,
Okay. Now you're going to get a kangaroo. Yeah, now you're going to get a kangaroo dumping on your head.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Oh, very good. All right, well, have we finished with pillage? Is there anything else we really want to talk about too much?
No, I think we've been done with pillage for like 10 minutes now. We're just trying to milk some more out of that dry cow.
All right. Well, there you go. So I may as well freak everybody out and share the screen. So do we want to do BP next week, or do we want to do wrong thinking?
Oh, I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Bring it on.
No, it doesn't.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. All right. So
we can do the wrong thinker one. That'll be quick and easy and to the point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, not a worry. So we'll just freak everybody out for a second.
If you're prone to seizures, please close your eyes for a couple seconds at this point.
Oops, wrong one. There we go.
Oh, wow. You actually didn't give everybody the tunnel vision this time.
Oh, good. So I guess as normal, 30% of you will have read this and the other ones won't have. Is that correct?
Right.
I perused it.
All right.
I laughed at it.
Well, I guess the problem with this is that if you're not interested in shipwrecks, you probably don't care. So, and I'm certainly not interested in shipwrecks, so I really don't care. So, but anyway, whatever. So
That's why I perused,
yeah.
because I'm not really interested.
And it was blah, 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 blah. Things aren't balanced. Blah, 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 blah. We're nerfing these holes. We're buffing these holes. Blah, 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 blah. But we're still not getting rid of upgrades because that's the thing that, makes skill not matter. Sorry.
That's right. No, you're exactly correct. And it's like, I know when, I think it was Ross posted it up on the page and I looked at it and I went, okay, yeah, big deal. So, There you go. So I guess the biggest one is the free auto repair for whoever wins the battle on shipwrecks. But I'm kind of interested to know if that's all of the victories or whether it's the final one. Does that
I
make
would
sense?
assume it's probably all of them, because that might be their workaround for the problem that they were having. That people who were in those battles for the shipwrecks would win the victory, but then they wouldn't have time to actually repair their fleet before somebody else would engage them right away, and they'd get locked out of the battle.
That's what I was just
So-
thinking about. Yeah, you get the free repair, but they're going to throw up the extra tab that won't allow you to get back in the battle before you're re-engaged.
Yeah, that I don't know. But I'm thinking this might actually be their workaround for that problem. So
Yeah, quite possibly. So
I'm thinking it's still broken.
If you can find
I
something
guess we will
else
find
that's not broken in this game, it'd be better.
recalling my fleet from my base has never been broken. Thank you, Kickside.
and buying gold's very rarely broken as well.
It is sometimes though.
Sometimes it is. Yeah, sometimes it is. So. Anyway, so they're looking at finding balance, which
Balance.
probably would have been the way to start off when you actually introduce these things, but what would I know?
Well, they should just lift upgrades off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I totally do agree with that, but it wouldn't have caused the problem that came as they brought more and more ships out with them not being balanced against one another.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to do an honest rock, paper, scissors.
Well,
Yeah. A lack of balance has to come down to lack of testing, because it's not like you have 50,000 different builds you can do with these things.
No, if anything, these should have been the easiest things in the world to balance, because you only had a set number of combinations. So it should have just been, skill based, which it certainly seemed to be for the first one, but then everything went out the window when, there was all the upgrades started happening, and, the different ships as they were introduced certainly made, that strategy different and better for some people, because once you found the right combination for your style of driving, you're pretty golden. But anyway, so along those lines, it's an ongoing effort, takes work. Well, you probably should have done that work at the start. But anyway. So they're going to do targeted buffs to the Corsair, targeted nerfs to the Bloodwind, and small balance adjustments to the Strike, Frigate, and the Strider. And my mouth works properly. Which kind of seems a bit rough, but it's normally the way it goes. No one likes ships getting nerfed.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? My mouth's not working. As usual.
Yeah,
and they bring the
to me, it's
Interceptor than the Nemean.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. You finish vaping before you talk, because otherwise you do.
But it's more fun to die on air from lack of oxygen.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oxygen's highly overrated.
It is.
It is. Yeah,
CO2 for the win.
just didn't. I mean, when I saw this, I wasn't too affected by this one as much as some of the other Ron Thinkers posts, because I'm just not really. I guess I do have the fleets, I have lack of interest. The shipwreck fleets I do have, I wish I didn't even have them, in all honesty. I wish I didn't ever. The only time I really do sneak out and do a shipwreck is if I wake up in the middle of the night and no one's online, and I think I'm not going to be in a battle for coinage. on those, then you'll see me involved in the shipwrecks. And for the rest of them, I really don't have any interest in them. It's just not my idea of fun. I'm just not gonna sit there and watch the screen and wait for it to battle. You know.
I would actually be curious, out of all the people in chat and all the people on the panel, how many people actually like watching and on here boat participate in shipwrecks? I don't.
I don't.
When they brought the upgrades out on them, no, I don't participate on them at all. But for the 2 months that they had them out before they put upgrades, I was having a blast doing the shipwreck.
Right. We're just talking about post.
When they put upgrades in, I don't give a shit about them. That pissed me off because it unbalanced the whole fucking scheme of the thing.
Right. Yeah, I try not. I don't do it unless it's in odd hours. In all honesty, but I can't say that I don't do them because you will see me at odd hours, possibly on it. But you won't see me going in battle and coming back to fight you.
I've done a couple of personal shipwrecks, but only at, like Ross says, the odd hours of the morning or like 3 in the morning or something like that. Did manage to take over a personal one, but it was all before the upgrades. So not really keen on them now because it's not balanced.
So I think
the idea was there. It was great.
I think it's a fair assessment and thing to say that out of our viewership and participants, 98% of the people don't do them ever, and 2% do them on a rare occasion. That's pretty sad amount of participation for what is supposed to be a battle game, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, because I was going to actually ask exactly the same thing, because I noticed, like on the rest of this post with all the comments and all that sort of thing, everyone's saying the same thing. You know, there's no people raving about how great shipwrecks are and all that sort of thing. So, and I know I've certainly got the fleets to do it, but I didn't do the last one. I didn't see any point in doing it. So, and I'm interested, does the free repair on Victory make you want to try it? Does that at least
not with upgrades in play?
Nope. So it still doesn't entice you to do it?
Nope.
I still won't do it because if I lose, I still got to repair. So, and I'm not. I don't repair fleets, so I get one shot at it, and that's it.
If they'd roll back the upgrades, I'd be all in. But no, not with upgrades in play because I'm not doing them.
The only thing that I like about shipwrecks,
the whole thing. You know, out of 30 comments or whatever that were on there when I replied to the post, 29 of them said the exact same thing. The thing that I said in the very beginning, and Shane said as well, and I know a couple other people did, that like you totally took the skill out of it when you added upgrades to the boats, because you know, if we have the exact same skill level, all things being equal, and we get in a battle and you have upgrades and I don't, you're going to win every single time.
The original concept of shipwrecks that I thought of was when we all had our sea wolves and we were all running around on the map having a great time fighting one another. And then they threw in the upgrades and killed it. That turned everybody off of it. Except for those certain few that, well, they got the wallet out and they're just going to keep coining until they win.
Yeah, the edicts.
The only other thing that I really love about shipwrecks is the artwork for the skins. That's one of the pluses.
I do like some of those older boats in all the Nightmare class on the skins they had. I do think those looked really cool. But if I'm not doing them, I'm not going to get the skins for those boats, you know.
Yeah, I agree. They look cool. I mean, I totally agree. The art team, in my opinion, has really just done a fabulous job in the last year. Seriously, I mean, stuff's not crap. It's pretty detailed out. I like it. But I don't have them. I'm not. Not my.
But don't you think instead? Okay, the artwork's good, But don't you think they should be more looking at fixing the game than designing a nice little good-looking ship?
I think it's two different types of people and two different departments. I just don't think that has any.
Yeah, it's two different departments. Yeah, but why instead of having the department to make up a nice looking skin, why don't they make the other department bigger and get more people to try and fix the game?
Yeah, well, I'll just say that art department is excelling. Then at the, we can say that. How about that? We'll say that. And because I don't want to be totally negative all the time on everything, because I really do think that the art department is excelling. And so I don't want to lump them with the whole negative. And you're not either. And I see what you're saying. And I know I wish they fixed more things that we all think are broken in the game or changed. Yeah. I just don't. I don't see change coming myself.
Well, I mean, I do see little positives here and there, but it's almost always outweighed by the big glaring negatives. Like for example, like I think the time to build ships right now is actually a positive. Granted, we only get to use them for 2 months in a cycle, but build time I think is like where it should always have been. You're looking at like 10 days per ship basically, and then 15 for the flag. I think that's been a move in the positive direction. The fact that they had that TLC last week that I was raving about, that you could, if you had your silverfish, you could do it for pretty much almost no damage, and you got tokens that you could actually work on your current fleet. That was a big positive. But those positives are outweighed by so much of that other crap that we have to deal with on a regular basis.
Yeah, and on that TLC you're talking about with the silverfish, I mean, I didn't have them, but I was actually still able to do that TLC with my bat rays. I mean, I was actually able to get through the mastery rounds without having to repair my ships. I mean, they had pretty good damage at the end of them, but when they give you 6 days to do 3 masteries, and I mean, if you got to wait on a slow repair, you're still able to do it with the older hulls. I like it when they make them able to do, but whenever you know how they've done it in the past, I mean, you can't even make it through a fucking pack 3 without killing your fleet off and repair them and have to finish it off.
Yeah,
I hate it when they do those, because TLCs are supposed to be catch-up mechanisms. They shouldn't be mutilating your fleets and you have to repair them to finish, not even before you get to the mastery round.
Right.
Well, those TLCs, those targets are originally for the bat rays anyway. So if you've got the silverfish, obviously you're going to excel in it, and the bat rays are going to be able to do them.
Yeah, as long as they're still able to do them without repairing before you finish. That's what I'm saying. Those when they do them like that, and that's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though those targets and TLCs were originally for the bat rays, so they should be able to do them.
Yeah, but we've known in the past that they've done that to where they're not
take
able
that
to.
much damage. Yeah, you get to the mastery, and you can only do 6 out of the 7 because your fleet's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it when they do that.
Yeah, certainly we saw that with the eradicators and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the eradicators especially
happened a lot.
That's kind of why I don't even worry about TLCs anymore, because of that fact. Well, what's the use? I'm not going to be able to finish them unless I coin my fleets to do them. But Damnation's seen that one this last time, so yeah, I went ahead and did it and got those tier 8s. That's how I've got 2 Dragoons out so far. With what I'm behind of everybody else and all like that, but at least doing that TLC was helped me get something going.
It's a start.
Yeah,
it's 2 less ships or whatever it is you got to worry about later.
Yeah, so
he'd have more if he had listened to me and worked on those instead of silverfish. I'm just saying.
Well, I was told to do the silverfish. I was stuck in doing that when the Dragoons came along, so I did stay on doing it, but I broke off of them. I'm doing Dragoons now. I went ahead and got my Praetorian out so I can get some help during this event. But I did spend my week's tokens this week doing that. getting the Praetorian out. So that costed me that, but at least I'm able to get some help in this event, which is, it got me the flagship, and I also picked up the Praetorian flagship, which I was just thinking I was just going to be able to get enough points to do the Dragoon and in its parts, and but getting help because I did that. I got the flagship for the Praetorian as well, and I'll be able to get some more stuff. Maybe I'll get more tokens and stuff than I was going to be able to.
Yeah, and I mean, and quite honestly, the route we seem to be in now, it seems like there's almost always Praetorian targets in pillage, and then Praetorian is also for your FM. So hell, you might even be better just say screw the Dragoons too and work on Praetorian.
Well, I mean, what I was thinking about was, how I've been doing the 3-ship fleets, the flagship and 2, and that's been kind of getting me by. I was thinking about just going ahead and throwing that flagship out there real quick and then getting on Praetorians. Maybe I can gimp through this last raid. Or is this the first or second round of the Dragoons?
The first.
This will be the first one? Okay, so maybe I can gimp through with like 3 ships at a mediocre state. I don't know. We're just going to have to see how it goes. But that's what I was thinking about doing, is trying to go ahead and start getting on these Praetorians, because I didn't even have the Praetorian until last week. When they put it in the FM, that's when I got it. So, I can only change gears as fast as the gear I got to change into. So,
if the raid targets aren't too punishing, I'll be more than happy to help you, prep some targets for you. However, if the raid targets are punishing, you're on your own.
yeah, and totally understandable. I mean, you know me, I've always been a player that likes to do stuff myself, but
all right,
I just don't want it to cost somebody a lot helping me out.
Trust me.
I'll get through whatever I can do, but I do appreciate anytime somebody is trying to help me. So I'll take it.
Yeah, you know me. If it gets to the point it's going to cost me a lot to help you, I'm just like, sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Hey Shane, Simba and I are not done with you. You're going to get more out of pillage.
Okay, and like I said, I do appreciate it, but I'm just going to try to see what I can get. I mean, I already went out and did another set of the 106, 104s earlier, and I'm probably like still 7 hours waiting on that fleet to repair again. So, we'll get through. I'll make it. It's just, it really sucks because on the lower targets, they're so freaking punishing for the lower players. And
they shouldn't be. It's
exactly.
not fair to the lower players.
I guess maybe we weren't done talking about pillage.
Well, it was good that they put the flag in there as well. So I thought that was a pretty good addition.
Yeah, that was definitely good.
And I guess them adding them tokens and kits and all that stuff, of course, that helps out. But the people who are helping and getting all those extra points and everything, at least they get something to spend them on now. When they add the more stuff like that, it's not such a waste for the person helping out to have so many points that you can't even spend. So,
yes. All right. Well, I'm just going to quickly finish this off, and then I'm going to move some people around, and then we'll go on to BP next week. So the last part of it is that they're going to integrate the interceptors and mega hulls. I don't know why, but that's what they're going to do. And also they're going to increase the distribution of the upgrade kits, which will, I guess, put us back to being balanced until they bring out the next upgrade and blah, blah, blah. So we'll just keep on going around in circles like we always do. So there you go.
I'm wondering if the integrating the oh, there you go. There's the epilepsy screen.
Hey.
I'm wondering if the integrating the interceptors into the megas has something to do with. Remember how they always said they were going to make it so you would have like a fleet docked inside your mega. Then when you got attacked, you can bring it out into battle. I'm wondering if that might be something that's in there that they're talking about. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Just bear with me. I'm just going to drop some people around. So just sorry. Keep talking.
That was all I had to say, man. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't see balance with the interceptors and the mega hulls. Are they trying to get them to fight one another or support one another?
I would assume support one another.
That would be a hot mess.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, so the Megas automatically auto themselves, and then you have an interceptor fleet in there that you can only hit the other interceptor fleet with. So then you've got a battle inside a battle.
Right. Well, and that's what they said they were going to do a long time ago. They said they were going to have like a fleet contained within your mega, that when you got attacked, you could like actually participate in the battle instead of just sitting there and watching it. So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Chuck, I'm just going to drop you out for a sec as well and bring. I'm assuming that's Ben, but just bear with me 1 second.
Hello, Simba.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Haven't spoken for a while. Haven't seen you for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Man, it's like juggling people all over the place. G'day, Ben.
Hello. How you doing, RB and everyone else?
There you
We're
go.
doing well.
Hello.
I wanted to, if it's all right, talk about the armor issue with the Praetorians in the 126, 124.
Sure.
Okay.
You don't need armor. Period. My fleet is totally unarmored.
Ben, we've
Yeah.
just been through this. We said all that. I said it like 20 minutes ago. Exactly what you're going to say.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Just to let you know.
I
Well, you
just
can go over it again if you want.
no.
By the way, Ben's is the other fleet that I was talking about.
Feel free to say again. You might say
Yeah, go
something
on.
that he missed.
Yeah, go on.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
go on.
I was just going to say that it doesn't matter because mine is totally unarmored. His has got armor. We're taking the same damage, same percentages, same repair. We're driving the same path. So there's basically it. I just wanted to make sure people knew.
Right on.
You know.
Now I would be curious. Here's something else I would be curious about. The armor that he has, is it the old D7 or D6 armors that came out before they did the whole rebalance thing or whatever for survivability?
It's the D7Ms and whatever that new X armor is.
Okay, so you do have the brand new X armor on there?
Yeah, as well, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. A couple of them have that X armor. They all have the D7s, Ms. A couple of them have the new X armors, not all of them, but every ship's taking exactly the same amount of damage.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't seem to make any difference in the combination of armors. And even one of the ships has the old X armor, the 6 or whatever it was.
Right.
Because I didn't have the new ones. The new X armor hadn't come out at that stage, so I threw one of those. And so it doesn't matter what combination I've got on there. Every ship takes the same amount of damage.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy.
Yeah.
But then we have things that, like the siege armors, though. The people who had fully built them and actually had the new armors on them were saying they actually were seeing, like, say like a 9 or 10 minute difference in the ones that had armor and the ones that didn't. So it's so up in the air and crazy sometimes. Like, I know on my Silverfish, for example, on those, I saw a difference on the ones that had the explosive armor, the old explosive armor one, and the ones that didn't.
They did definitely make a difference, didn't they?
Yeah, so it almost seems to me at that point it wouldn't maybe necessarily be something in the coating of the armor as much as it is maybe something in the coating of the individual ships. I don't know.
Yeah. Hard to know.
I don't know. It's something. Well, the targets also have rockets that look like missiles.
Right.
Yeah, I just wanted. I didn't know you guys went over it. I'm sorry to.
That's right.
Butt in.
Oh, no,
You're fine.
No apologies needed. I know Carl in chat saying he's got a theory that the with the armor that Kix has accidentally set it to a different damage type, even though it says explosive. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone really knows what the problem is, because it's affecting, you know, all these new armors. It doesn't really seem to make any difference.
I have a slight theory.
Mm.
Did we start having problem with the armors when they brought it down to the 1 minute or 1 second repair? That could be the
Oh,
problem. If there was more repair time on them, they probably worked a lot better.
no, because the charged armors are only 1 second repair, and they work fairly well. It seemed like the problem really started creeping up, obviously, when they switched over to survivability. And at the point now, since, you know, even though that system's been out for a while, I don't know too many people that are extremely versed in how it works and how it's supposed to work. So it's very hard to track down exactly what's going on.
Mm. That seems to be when it started to kick in, when everything was all survival based.
It was the mask of confusion to allow them to sneak in a bunch more damage.
Mm. Yeah, definitely.
They just want to make more coin.
All right, I suppose the word I should use there is the obfuscation.
That's the one.
All right, let's do this BP next week thing so we can get the hell out of here.
All right, you can drop it back down if you want.
Sure. All right.
You need to get a little six-sided die to roll to see who you're going to rotate in and out of these things.
Well, I was thinking we could make a little randomizer thing so you don't actually know who's going to be brought up, and it'll just
Yeah,
be.
but the problem is they could be in the middle of a conversation.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Well, and if you ever send me down, you ain't going to be running the show no more. I'll tell you that.
Is that a threat or a promise?
Both.
Hey.
Ooh.
Hey.
It doesn't worry me. You can drop me down. Doesn't matter to me.
Yep.
I've
There you
had
go.
my
I
say.
managed it once, but I couldn't manage it twice. All right. Well, hang on a second. May as well do that then. So we'll drop you down, and man, this is a pain in the ass. Come on, StreamYard, 10 people, please. It would be awesome.
Yes,
Right.
that's the only flaw I'm seeing at this juncture.
Well, I mean, they're getting better. All right. Now, so, yep. He's happy again. We just do it for his little smile. Okay. All right. BP next week. There it is. So again, it's very, very brief. So Monday's your update notes, which contains the support for the raid, the Bronze Rage, the Interceptor Balance Pass, and 2 TLCs. Be interesting to see what they are this time. On the 10th, we get all the info about the new Neon and Scoundrel holes, new weapons, and 40 mini targets. And then the balance part, the Interceptor balance pass goes by the end of the day. So I wonder, I reckon they might be doing some shipwrecks. That would make sense before the raid starts.
That would be odd if you get raid points from shipwrecks, wouldn't it?
I think they'll just do like the little, you know, mystery ones that
tokens or whatever,
yeah. And then so the raid starts 3 p.m. PDT on Wednesday the 11th, as it always does.
So who's ready for the raid, or who thinks they're ready for the raid?
Not me.
Not quite. Working on the lead.
Not even.
I'm not ready for it now, but I think by the time it rolls here, I will be.
Yeah, I'll have my 4 Dragoons ready to go, and that's all I'm aiming for. So So
So you're not worried about the flag?
no, I can't get it out in time.
Gotcha.
I have a question.
Go for it.
But
Yeah, my question is I seen that the dates for the event, the raid, the event was coming up. Is that supposed to be like an all-star again?
it seems like they've actually just all raids are now 6 days.
Okay, I was just kind of curious because I noticed that I wasn't. I'm only used to participating in the whole raid stores just so that I can kind of get caught up and keep up to date. But I just noticed that was 6 days, and I was kind of curious.
Yeah, like all the past couple raids have been 6 days. So I guess they've just gone to a 6-day raid format now, which honestly I kind of like because it gives more time to like get your points, so you don't feel that I gotta sit in front of my monitor all Saturday and all Friday or whatever to get what I want to get. I can just kind of be a little bit more leisurely about it. So, in my personal opinion, anyway, in rating, they actually have cut down the grind of that a little bit by spreading it out more.
I agree. I like the 6 day. I was just kind of curious because it's like I said, I usually only do the all-star ones, and I know those are 6 days, and it's been a while since I've done a regular one.
I myself like the 6 days because usually I only got 3 days time out of everything else going on to be able to get what I need.
Yeah, I don't think there's too many people that will complain about it going for 6 days. I think that's
Right. I mean,
I know Chuck in chat there is asking if we think the UAV is going to be an issue and needing countermeasures. I'm going to put a couple sprints throughout my fleet, but quite honestly, I don't think that if the UAV is anything akin to what it was that we saw in the VXP target, it really was not that damaging at all. So currently, I am not that worried about it. I know it has been stated as well that countermeasures against those USV are going to be, did I say SUV? I think I did. I guess that UAV are going to be less effective than what they were in the VXP target. So I wouldn't count on them like wholeheartedly to counter all the UAVs for sure.
Yeah, you got to watch out for those soccer mums. They're dangerous.
Yeah.
Especially when they're late for a game.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, so my plan is not to, because I'm keeping my FM tokens, so my plan is not to worry about the flag and actually get the, suppressor version and use my tokens for that. I think is probably what I'll do.
oh,
And see how I go trying to do it that way.
And I went the exact opposite route. I just went and used my tokens and trying to get the lead out in time for this. Now I won't have armor on it, but I'm trying to. I'll hopefully have the specials and the weapons on it. And I used all the tokens.
I was kind of doubtful about that because, there was the raid where Damnation did the Eradicator lead and was so successful with that. And then we saw after that what they did was, have the ships there to chase you so you couldn't just park a ship in the corner. So, my lead's still 5 days and it's not going to be anywhere near ready. So
that's also because the raid cycles after that were a totally different format too. Like Siege is really the only raid cycle you can get away with that in, because there's no moving ships in Siege.
There shouldn't be, no. But as we know, these teams don't.
I'd probably keep my mouth shut because that's like probably the only target rule that they haven't broken yet.
That's right. So that's why I'm going for my other way of doing it, and even if it doesn't work, I'll have 4 ships, and 4 ships for the 4 fully ready ships for the first raid isn't that bad a place to be. I don't think so. It'll get me by. So there you go.
I'm just trying to have my flag and all the rest of my fleet done, and still keep enough tokens to do that ship. That way, I can actually have like 2 weeks that I can build wherever the hell I want to before I have to start saving up for the next thing.
Well, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can finally actually get the missile defense systems off of my Praetorians and put sprints on them.
That's what I need to do. I mean, because they don't have Praetorian tokens anywhere.
No, well, I'm sure if Cuddle was here, he'd be saying, the same thing as what happened with the dragons, that, we never, the tokens were very, very not forthcoming on that. So there you go.
And Chuck, as far as worrying about the slow ice fields or whatever they're putting in there that's going to slow us, my way that I've been attempting to counter that is just put a lot of speed on my ships. And then, I'm going to get slowed, but hopefully the amount of speed I have on will overcome the slowing enough that I can still tuck in the little hidey holes where I need to.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see what the targets are like. So very good.
And
All right.
Carl, as far as what's wrong with missile defense on Praetorians is sprints just work way better because of the projectile speed.
Yep.
Definitely. Okay.
That's the one thing I've noticed about this team is it seems like to them the projectile speed and combat speed is the end all be all of everything.
But won't you
Sorry, go ahead.
Won't you be better off with Gales if you're going to use a countermeasure because they'll keep on firing all the time?
For what?
For the raid.
I'd still use sprints.
UAVs.
I'd still use sprints for the projectile speed. Because it doesn't matter if they're firing all the time if the projectile speed is like just barely out of your barrel by the time the UAV's hitting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as mixing sprints with missile defense systems, that's a terrible idea because your missile defense system are never going to get a shot off because the sprints have a longer range. And once a missile's tagged, it's not going to get shot at by another countermeasure.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Is there anything you guys want to finish off on, and then I'll rotate everyone from the basement up to say their final bit?
I'm good.
Pretty calm week, really. I mean, I know that everything's going on, but for me, it's kind of lack of engaging, calm week for me and BP, really.
No, got nothing to say.
All right. All right. So I'll just swap you guys out then. So there you go. All right. How did you still stay in here, Bite? Get out of here.
Hey guys, I want to say one thing about the Missile Defense System 3 versus Sprint issue in the Praetorian targets. The MDS 3 does not shoot down rockets. There are rockets in a target even though they look like missiles. The Sprint will shoot down the rocket also. It's
correct. Just like Gales should as well.
Yeah, but it's not so much the projectile speed on the Sprint that's what makes it so much better in them. It's the fact they shoot the rockets.
I would kind of almost beg to differ with that. I really I'm a huge proponent and believer in it's the projectile speed of the sprint is what makes them so good as opposed to the MDS-3 because they shoot down the missiles like way before they get to you and they're able to keep up with them.
And like you said, also they got a little bit more range than the MDS, right?
Right. Yeah. When you combine the projectile speed with the range, yeah, they're hands down way better than the MDS-3. Because when I look at my battle report at the end of my FM targets, like I hardly have any explosive damage at all.
Well, the one thing I got to say is upgrades in the shipyard suck.
I think everybody has to agree with that.
Good.
And they should make kits available for everything that's already been offered, more available, not just whenever during events and here and there. I mean, if they're going to have all these ships and have to have kits to be able to do them, well, they need to be available whenever the person is available to do that. Not on their schedule, but on the individual's schedule is whenever they're going to be allowed to do the upgrades. And if kits ain't out there whenever they need them and they have a chance to do it, well, guess what? It's not going to get done.
Yeah.
I want to see the next group of quality of life improvements, and one of those is the kits. They got to have a place so that we can see what kits we have. They haven't given it to us, and they supposedly been working on it, and they keep putting it off. Other than that, go have fun. See you guys next week.
If they need a place to do it or whatever, just put it in the intelligence lab. You put a slot in there for shards, just put kits right next to it.
Well, they've already got the slot. They've already got the slot. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen the slot for it.
Well, there's the special tab that never has anything in it, so it's just sitting there ready and waiting to go. But I'm glad you did say that, Chuck, because there was two quick things that I did want to say on that was thank you for fixing the bloody prize claiming in this pillage. Because I don't think anyone said that yet because we were all going on about how bad it was last time. So at least they fixed that, and I'm happy about that. The one thing that I did think was kind of strange on quality of life, though, was that you can't, turn on the flag for your targets. So, if you're looking for a particular target, yes, you can use the locator. But remember how you used to be able to turn them on and they'd give you a nice big here I am sign? I don't know why that's missing.
Yeah, that's been missing.
I guess that's missing because you can just click that little arrow now to take you right to one.
Yeah, but I still like the visual part of being able to see that because I don't want to have to go to the locator every single time. Like if I can see on a map without, the map clutter at the moment isn't too bad because a lot of the people that left my sector, so it's not as bad as it previously was, but that nice big, here's a 126 on the map is to me much better. So,
using the locator takes you about 40 seconds away from your base. When they had the little flag icon that you could turn on, it would pop up showing things right next to your base.
Yeah.
You mean a whole 40 seconds? Oh my gosh.
Cruel.
You didn't play in Blackwater, did you?
No.
Yeah, it was more expensive now than it was then. Cool. All right. We've been rattling on long enough, so I will. I've got a hangout ready to rock and roll, so I'll just post that in the chat. So we'll see everybody over there if you want to come and join us. And for you guys, I'm happy to do preps if you've got a Praetorian. So just so I'll just put that in the chat and say goodbye, everyone, and I hope you have a good week in Battle Pirates.
Later,
Oh.
peoples.
Night, guys.
Good night, all. Have fun.